Welcome everybody, how are you? Bienvenidos a todos, ¿cómo están? Okay friends, so yesterday we started to create the bars variations for the first window. Remember that I'm creating different assets that we will use later to create multiple variations of houses, in this case of buildings, because we're going to reuse some of them for other buildings. We created three variations, and we are going to continue today. The thing that I started, the new thing that I started to do is try to add to some of these variations, like the border. In this case, for this, you can see that you have the borders in the edges that create the shape of the window. So we're going to do that, and maybe we need to do that for window number 4. Okay, so today we're going to continue. Let's see how far we can go. Maybe we can finish today, and tomorrow we can start working with those. I need to create a window number 5. Okay, so let's get started. Let me turn off the camera. Okay. So look, this is what we already have. So let's continue with the next variation, that is this one. This one was difficult. Yes, I remember this one. Okay, let's see. Let's use this one to duplicate and move it to this one. Okay, here the different thing that we're going to do here is to create the borders, remember? One moment, I'm trying to see the patterns here. First I need to select everything. Yeah, I remember something about this. I remember something about this. Yeah. No. We cannot use this. Remember that it was a special design that I use with array and those kind of modifiers to have the exact gap here. Yes, I remember now. So I think that I'm going to use this. Okay, let's see. Let me delete. Not delete, but I'm going to leave it like that. Okay. Let's use this part. To select the same design and make it a little bit small. Like that, maybe. So now I will try to continue the pattern in this to the other side. Okay, let's see. Here we have then let me that and that. I am not going to fix this side. I am going to do the same thing that I did before, just work on one. Maybe I don't have to work in this part, just focus on this one and then use the mirror modifier. I'm going to join these parts so we can use the mirror modifier and later and then delete all of the other sides so we can work only on one part. Okay. What? Okay, I have the. Okay. Okay. Jet origin to the cursor. Great. I'm going to reduce just a little the size of the bars here because they are near, and I remember that I made exactly thinking about this value. So I'm going to reduce the original value here. Let's save the part. I'm going to delete I think that here this doesn't matter, right? I remember that the only part that we need to take care about this is when we have round corners. In this case, okay, yes, we need it because but we still don't okay. Okay, let me check again the border. No, the border is in the right place. No, it is not in the right place. We need to move this a little bit to the side, and then we can delete that part. Okay, let's do that. We select this, select this part. Okay, now let's select. Okay, let me duplicate this for the backup. Okay, great. Let's see what is the next bar variation. Okay. Okay. Hello, welcome. Okay. So the problem right now are these parts. How we're going to deal with this? Okay. Let me see how I create something similar for window number 3. Okay. So it seems that when we have this kind of borders, the best option is to leave the bars inside, not outside. It makes sense. It makes sense. It makes sense. So the thing that I can say is that if we are going to continue creating more variations for window number 1, we need to create all the bars inside. That is going to be more difficult. Because here it was not the way I wanted, because the width of the bars are like too much, but it makes sense. It follows the shape, and I think that it's good. It's good. So if we want to create something similar for window number, where is the window number? The bars, these bars. If we want to create something like this, we should add all of these squares inside, not like that, like this. No, this is not going to help. We should add everything in the inside. I think that's okay. Or in the worst case, this is going to be more difficult, create the same thing but with borders here. that's going to be more difficult. That is also another good option. Like this, for example, you have all the outside and all of these parts, but you have this frame, yes, the frame here. Look, like this. Inside, but you have the frame. But it is going to be more difficult. I think that I don't have more examples. Let me see this house. This is the poor house, the poor neighborhood house. Yes, it is like that. There's no need to have an apocalypse or an abandoned zombie city, because in my city, I think in every city, you have houses like that. These are more simple. Another thing that I just noticed is that my windows right now have nothing inside. Okay, if you're going to render, create a render with Eevee, it is possible to just create like a mirror glass. So we're not going to see what's inside, but you can create also a way to make like a real window that you can see what's inside and a barely reflection of what is outside. You can do that. For cycles, if you create a transparent window, you're not going to see the mirror. You need to create a mirror. You need to use materials to create a mirror specifically for that function. So for normal windows, you're going to see what's inside. And there, I think, keeping in mind that, then I think that we should create inside something. I am thinking about outside. If we have normal windows, the easiest way to block the abandoned house is just to put some pieces of wood inside, not outside, or outside or inside, and it is going to look good. Broken mirror, broken glasses, like that, but mirror wooden is not going to make sense, or maybe it is, because the material of these homes, of these walls, are concrete or bricks. So like, I know that you can use wooden to cover, but it is not like the same way if you have a wooden wall here. So I am thinking to add in this part, in the inside part, we can add let me see, for example, I don't have more here. Let me see this one. This is easy. Look, I was talking about this. You can see that you cover your windows with pieces of wood, right? But in this case, the US homes are easier to do that because some of them have bricks, but the frame is wooden. or maybe the walls are with wood, so it is easy to do that. In my case, no. You have to use something to, I don't know, we can say that you use maybe a table or something like that to cover, to move it near the wall to protect. We can do that, or just add curtains. Curtains is the word. The pieces of cloth that goes in the window. We can just use that. That is my first option. But also another thing that I can see, this project is going to be big, really big, because now I am thinking that some of the houses will need inside pieces. For example, some restaurants. Here we have a restaurant. You don't have something to cover these windows. Maybe we can cover that with pieces of paper or the newspaper. You can use it to cover that. That is also another option. And the other option is to just create some inside objects, and with that we can also use that to say, okay, this inside structure can be used to in case that we create a game and you need to go inside, something like that, or just use an image, a rendered no, but with a rendered image, no, maybe that is not a good idea. That will work if we just are going to see outside from the inside. See more. Yes, you have here wooden frames. Look, the same thing. If we are going to use this kind of window that already have this kind of protection of these frames, you don't need to create the parts like in the outside. You should create everything in the inside. So we're going to follow the same concept, okay? But how we're going to make this right now that we have that, let me think. What we can do is to play with another design. Just let's try to do that. Let me deactivate this part Um, ah, let's move this to the. Okay, let's do this. Hey, welcome. Big fan. Okay, thank you, thank you. You know that yesterday I was thinking that what if we can create some random streaming? By random streaming, it is like, for example, there we can create the Blender for beginners. I can move the last year at November, I created a special streaming where I show you a few animations, 3 animations playing between 2D and 3D for the campaign, for an election campaign here in my country. I create 3 animations. Just don't pay attention to the politics. Just pay attention to the methods that I used. Okay, so all of those random, I am going to call random streaming because it is of something different of the project. In those random streaming, I can show you some of my projects, of my other projects that I am working here. For example, I remember that I told you that I am working on another projects of camera that is going to be part of my portfolio, and those projects I don't show you here because most of those things are new for me and I am like learning, but I am already like in a level for those projects that I can show you some things. So maybe one day, do you have anything about 2D animation? Yes, I animate some. You can check my streaming about the politic things. I created 3 animations here in Blender. One with 2D, one also another one playing between 2D and 3D, I think, and the third one is completely 3D. The animations were created with materials, with PBR textures. I didn't use, just in case, the grease pencil. No, I just play with nodes in the textures settings and just create simple animations. The animations were short, 5 seconds, 4 seconds, I don't remember. But we spent like more than 4 hours in that stream. I'm from Ecuador. So maybe in these projects I can show you some of the things that I'm working right now. For example, yesterday I was adding hair to another project that I'm working on, to a character that I am fixing some things. I wanted to create that last year, but for different reasons I stopped. And because of that, I think that it was because of work. I don't remember. And because of the blackout problems that we have in our country, I stopped. So now I want to finish that project. It is like a AAA character. Ecuador, yes, Ecuador. This is my country. This is my country. This is my flag. If you notice this flag, you can see that we have similar colors with Colombia and Venezuela. Because a long time ago, we were one big country. Panama, Colombia, and Panama, Ecuador, Colombia, and Venezuela were one big country, and then it split into different countries. First, Ecuador, Colombia, Venezuela, and then at the beginning of the 20th century, Panama split from Colombia. One moment, please. Okay, so music is stop. I'll be back in a moment. I will continue with the streaming. Okay, I'll go for some water. Okay, I'll be back in just a moment. And if you want, I can. Do you know Bangladesh? Bangladesh, I think that it is near. I think that is Middle East, right? I don't want to be disrespectful, but I don't know exactly where your country is. I think that is near India, something like that, right? You have a past with India. I think that you also were one empire at the past, at the a long time ago. I don't know. And also, I think that you have some fights with India, something like that, right? That is the things. Not Middle East, sorry, not Middle East, but you're in Asia. But no, no, it is. How is that region called? Not Middle East. Middle East is Saudi Arabia and all of those countries. I don't know how you can call that region near India, but I think that your country is near that big country. I don't remember. I don't remember. We'll check that later. Okay. I'll go for somewhere and I'll be back. Okay. Okay, I'm back. Let's continue. Okay, Bangladesh. You fought against Pakistan for language, I think. And then you got independent. Okay, here we have a similar independence. The truth is, we have a similar story. No, not a similar, but we also got. We won the in become independent from the Spaniard. I don't know how to call it. The Spanish Empire. Let me see, Pakistan. Where exactly is Pakistan? Yes, I know this. Bangladesh. I know that flag. Ah, yes, that flag. Ah, look, I knew you were near India. And Pakistan is in the other side. This is interesting. How did you won how do you fight against Pakistan? Pakistan maybe was this whole part because you are separated by India. You are near Myanmar. Okay, interesting. Okay, let's continue. That's interesting. I like to know about these cultural things and historical facts. Okay, this is what we have right now. Okay, let me check first if this is great. Okay, so what we're going to do with this? I cannot. No. Maybe what we can do is to move this to this part and this here. Now let's bring back our frame. Our frame, where is our frame? So Musafir, are you here? Are you still here? I just checked the map of your country, and I just saw that I was not wrong. You are near India, and I think that you share a lot of things with India. But you say that you fought against Pakistan, but Pakistan is in the other side. It is like your India is here, your country is here, and Pakistan is here. How did you fight? How did you fought against each other if you have a big country in between? Maybe I think that a lot of some of those countries one big country before, right? In my country was something similar, but we didn't fight. We fight against each other, but it was for other reasons, not for independence. All the territories in my continent, in America, in South America, and Central America, I mean the whole continent, America, it was colonies. It was all colonies. Colonies from the British Empire, colonies from the Spanish Empire, colonies from the French Empire, colonies from the Netherlands, colonies from which other country? I think that no more countries. The Portugal, and then like they divided the territory between those empires, just like Africa, something like that. But then some of the USA become independent, and here in the south, in the central and south part of the continent, we started to fight again for our freedom, for the independence against the Spanish Empire. Portugal was different. They just become independent from the Portugal Empire, but not in a war. I think they just came here and said we're going to be an independent territory, and they created Brazil. But in the rest of the continent there were a lot of wars for independence. And then we have two big characters in this part of the country, in this part of the continent. One was San Martin, another one was Simón Bolívar. Simón Bolívar was in charge to liberate the north part of the continent of the South America region, and San Martin was in charge of the liberation of the south part of the region. So Argentina, Chile, I think, and all of those countries were liberated by San Martin, and the other north part, Ecuador, even Peru was the last country. I think they didn't want to. They wanted to continue to be part of the Spanish Empire. They also created Bolivia because some countries were created, and we were a big country here in the north. As I told you, we called it was Colombia, but now we know that as the Gran Colombia, the Great Colombia, something like that. Okay, so right now, let me see. Okay, we have this. Okay, I am going to, let me see, try to reach the 140. I want, let me see something. I want to Mm. I need to increase a little bit this and the same. Okay, let me see if I can. No, I'm not going to. No, no. But you know what? I think that I am not going to respect the perfect square here because no, no, what I want to do, and just leave these parts with not the perfect square. I have an idea. I have an idea. I'm going to do something like this. Okay, no. No, that's too much. Okay, maybe here. I'm going to do that. Then I am going to I'm going to use this to create an edge in here. So if someone else want to share something about their country, I mean an historical fact, I don't know, you can do it. I really like about those things. You know, I used to play a lot of Age of Empire. I used to be a freaky about history. I really like history when I was in high school. Okay, so now let me select this. Okay, let's just leave it like that. Let me select everything here and move it to the back. Great. And I am going to join this with one moment, let me deactivate this part. I'm going to merge this. Okay. Let me delete. No. We need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7. So vertex, vertices. Oh, 5, 6, 7. I'm creating an original design for this one because I want to keep the perfect square for these circles and for these bars. I think that it is looking good. Most of these homes, as you can see, they have this how do you say this? Let's call it this message. It is that these houses are for sale, in sale, yes, in sale. So in sale because of the insecurity, no, of the criminal numbers, criminal records that are increasing. We don't have the protection of the country is not enough, so people have to leave their homes and try to go to another parts where they don't have to pay to live in their own house and live in fear because of the gangs that took the territories, the neighborhoods. So most of these homes are in sale, or if they are not in sale, they just leave the home and leave it like that, and the gangs took complete control of the houses, and you can do nothing. That's a sad situation right now. So I think that I'm going to leave it like this. We can maybe make a little bit more smaller. No, I think that this is enough. Okay, let's leave it like that. The only part that I am not completely 100% sure is these small gaps, but I think that it is good. We're going to leave it like that. Let me say something. How this is going to look if I 1 moment please. Okay. Yes, this is better in this way. So I need to change this to the other bars. Okay, let's start with this one. I knew that I needed to do this before. Okay, great. Let me let me change that part to the other bars here, for example. Okay. Okay, so now we need to go with the complex variations, the complex design. Like this, for example, let's see. This one, and this one. Okay. Are going to be a little bit complex. Remember that we need to create this in the inside part, in the inner part. Like that. Okay, friends, so this is all for today. We are going to continue tomorrow if nothing happens again. So we are going to create those variations, the other more complex variations, and with that we should create a fifth version of a window, or we can start to create doors. I think that doors, so we can just take a break of windows for one moment. Okay, friends, so that's all for today. Thanks for coming. Please remember to subscribe, keep the like, share this content with others, leave a comment below. Follow me on Twitch, Gig, my social media accounts, X, Instagram, and TikTok. You can find me as Fran Salazar-Co. You can join to the Discord server where you can share things about 3D. You have also some resources there, some links. What else? If you want to know what kind of computer I'm using, you have the KitGo link. In that site, you're going to find all the components for my PC. Those links are going to send you directly to Amazon, where you're going to find more information, of course. And if you want me to collaborate with the project as a freelancer, you can contact me. There's my email there, there's social media accounts, a LinkedIn page. You can create a project on Upwork and CD Trader and send Messenger too. Please let me know what do you think about this new idea that maybe one day, just to take breaks, I can create random streamings. I'm going to call it random streaming because it's going to be an streaming completely different of the main project, and there we can see anything that is good. That's why the name is random, because we can, for example, there we can put as the first streaming the one that we did with the animations. We also can add there the for beginners that I am planning to create. Anything, any topic that maybe you want to cover that we can do on a streaming, we can treat that there. I can show you maybe one day I can come here and work on some of my personal projects, the projects that you don't see, because I do that off camera, and I can explain about the project and explain the things that I am doing at that moment. Of course, watch me how I do that. Those kind of things. So please let me know what you think about that idea. And if you want to support my work, remember that you have super thanks, super stickers, super chats, memberships. You also have a PayPal link, and remember you can get one of my models if you want assets for your games animations. You can visit my Turosco store. If you want sculptures for 3D printing, you can visit my Cold 3D store. And also you have CD Trader, a third option where you're going to find both assets and sculptures and exclusive low poly environments there that I'm going to upload every moment that I can. And what else? No, I think that's all. And yes, that's all. No, that's all. In a few minutes we continue on Twitch with the other project. Tomorrow we have YouTube and Kick. If nothing happens, just that's all. So thanks for coming. Please remember to subscribe to the channel, and see you in the next one.